Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, team. Good evening to everybody, all our listeners. This is Thongs speaking from Zealous Movement. That is a movement that is just filled with so much zeal and passion for healthy living, as I always say, that you are what you eat and you can change and be healthy. When you know that the change is for your good, I think lifestyle modification is always needed in that. I would like you to understand that one is able to eliminate some of the diseases or illnesses in our bodies just by eating healthy and by keeping a physical active life, and this is what we're going to be talking about today: osteoarthritis, that's easing joint discomfort with healthy food and exercise. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the wrong food that we always eat. When you keep eating the wrong food, you are stuck with joint pains for life. And I know that should be sounding very harsh, but perhaps we need to be intentional about our health. And we here at SAOPA, it's our motto to keep you healthy, as healthy as possible. So sugar, it's the worst of them all. It increases the joint pains. You may not know it, but when you start eliminating sugar from your food, joint pains, inflammation right there, it will be gone. So I would like us to start minimizing the intake of sugar to a point where we don't take sugar. I mean, we will always have sugar because we do know that our bodies do need sugar. We'll get sugar from the fruits that we'll talk about, and some of the food that we will talk about. It is said that sugar is extremely high in purines, which cause your body to produce more uric acid that it can handle. So stay away from sugar. And as South Africans, the number 2 is steak and boerewors and our red meat. We do know that red meat, it causes gout, and that is our weakness. I mean, we know that we just had a braai day last month. Boerewors is our thing, and steak is what we love. But if we were to just minimize and eat lean meat, and I'm sure you can have once in a while a boerewors, and stay away from fatty food. They cause they increase the pain of joints, and therefore, obviously, with osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, we don't want to increase that. And the next one is beer and alcohol, and in this one, I know that we've always mentioned, I mean, I remember the case study that Dr. Paduka spoke about. Our gentleman there was drinking every day. So we need to get to the habit of less consumption of alcohol, and because that increases your chance of arthritis, that increases your chance of joint pains, heart attack, and in fact, these pain conditions are known as the disease of kings. So as much as as much as people like to drink, and I mean, I'm sure you can have fun without, try to, I think, stick to red wine, a glass a day, and the study says men can take 2 bottles of, I think, beer or a glass of red wine, And with our life that we are living right now, and I'll go back and referring to the case study that Dr. Putuka did a week ago. Our widowed man was buying takeaways. What is in the takeaways? Takeaways are processed foods. Takeaways contains your fried chips, and those are extremely they're extremely unhealthy. You know, they contain such fat in the trans fats that are strongly linked with systematic of chronic inflammation and are bad for you. They're just bad for you. I mean, even if you take medication, you're just not helping with processed food. And it sounds very very harsh, but I think we need to get to the habit of eating healthy so that we may heal our bodies. We spoke about the body can heal itself when you eat right and when you exercise. Some of the foods are meant to heal the body, you know. So all diseases and all illnesses, we can restore all of that, you know. It doesn't matter how bad the situation is. Nothing is too bad for this body. This is the temple of the Lord. If He's made it to heal itself, we just need to be able to eat right so that it can heal itself. And the last one that I'm gonna talk about is our bread and pastas. These are the foods that are the starch that most people eat for comfort, for pleasure. These are easy grabs, you know, and it's this. Some of the bread is heaped with a pile of sugar in it. So we need, and it contains some refined carbohydrates that drives inflammation of the body way up, you know. The ongoing inflammation in your body is never a good thing. But what exactly does it do to your arthritis? It's so bad. So we can take control of our arthritis, our pains through good food. So we're gonna go to the good food. Can we go to, yeah. So we do have delicious food, you know, that one should eat. We've spoken about garlic. Garlic is an amazing herb that one can use to cook. You know, last week I did mention that you can ferment it in honey. It heals the body. We've got dark leafy greens. These are the greens that I talk about every day and every time when we have discussions, and we can see how important actually they are. You know, those are your spinach, your kale, your broccoli, your cards there, you know. These are very, very critical for the body. And as I've said, the fresher, the better. And then if you were to want to maybe cook it, rather you steam it. And I never suggest that you cook the greens, because when you cook them, then you kill all the nutrients and the minerals that are there. And we've got broccoli here as well, and I've mentioned before, broccoli is quite good for you. Olive oil, these are the oils that are good for you, especially when you just sprinkle on your salads, you know, or on your greens. So how you cook your greens, as you chop it with some onion and garlic and ginger, you put in a pot and you pour the olive oil on top of the vegetables. You don't burn the olive oil. So when you burn the olive oil, you've killed the nutrients in it that is necessary for our body. And there are the blueberries. The blueberries very good. How you eat them, you can just throw inside your yogurt there. They are very good as well. The blueberries, and we've got some berries as well. Can I please have another slide? We've got the tart cherries there, very good for you as well. The research has shown that it can reduce the pain and inflammation from osteoarthritis. And fish. So the kind of fish that one needs to know that we should eat, it's salmon, it's fresh tuna, it's you can eat your sardines, and you can eat, let me confirm again. I'll get back to it. So as I had said before, that you can have fish once a week. You can have your beans as well, and some lean meat and chicken, you know, and obviously we suggest the breast more than anything. There's the nuts as well. Walnuts are quite popular with the healing of the body. They're good for you. And kelp, there's papaya there. And we have spoken about teas last week, and yes, green tea, very, very critical for the inflammation. It heals the body itself. We've even heard that it can even heal the muscles. You know, if you've got muscle pain, it can heal the muscle. It's rich in your flavonoids that are great in fighting inflammation. And you can also make sure that you stay away from the teas, and don't put sugar, please. If you want to, probably I think put some lemon in it, or just a tiny honey. You can throw in some mint or peppermint in it, just to give it some taste, but no sugar, definitely, in green tea. And as I said, the nuts they are a natural inflammation fighter on its own, and they contain omega-3, and they have antioxidants that have vitamins, and they are a dietary fiber and magnesium. And kelp there contains a complex of anti-inflammatory properties there, just like fish, as I've mentioned. So make sure that, one, when you eat kelp, it must be harvested from unpolluted water. You know, sometimes eating from polluted water, it may cause the disease in your body, and therefore it won't be as healthy as it's supposed to be for the body. And we've got some fermented food there as well. Please, can I have another slide? And with the pawpaw on this slide there, it contains antioxidants that are so rich with vitamin C and E, and the beta caroline, which also have anti-inflammatory effects. Thank you. And we've got the devil claws there. These are the superfoods that you should be eating. We've got the devil's claws, we've got the boswellia extract, we've got celery seeds, we've got tart cherries, we've got birch and willow, we've got the stinging needle, and we've got, I'll check the other one. I need to check my slides to double check the others one. And we've got on the side there the alfalfa. Yes. So as I had mentioned, does anybody wants to add on something or just ask anything quickly before I move on? Okay, let me quickly move. So the devil's claws is a strange looking desert herb, and it grows in the Southwest Africa. It's quite wild, but it is known for fast joint relief, and it also carries an amazing alkaline and cleansing properties for your body. The torch cherry as well. The cherry juice, it can reduce pain and inflammation from osteoarthritis. And research has shown that drinking cherry juice twice a day for 21 days reduces the pain felt by people that are affected. And the blood test also showed that they experience significantly less inflammation on the body, you know. And the Boswellia extract, it's from India. It's significant for the reduction in pain and swelling. So, and it increase in joint and flexibility of the placebo group. So that's those are the superfoods that we need to. You don't have to have all of them, but you need to know which one can work for you, you know. And we've got Bitch and willow, and this is known to dissolve the stones, the gallstones and crystals that have already formed in the joints. And we've got celery seeds there. Celery seeds supports the kidney, assisting the body in flushing out the uric acid and other toxics that may be contributing to the joint discomfort. And the stinging needle, it's a slow acting nutritive herb that gently cleanses the body of the metabolic waste. So can you see what happens when you eat the correct food? It does the work itself. So we just need to get to the habit of eating right so that the body can work, you know. And the alfalfa is the lush green superfood that cows love to eat. It contains practically every mineral known to man. So it is high in uric acid drops, your magnesium, and the mineral level, which causes achy muscles and spasm. So the alfalfa is therefore to restore those minerals in you, you know. So it is able to help you with arthritis, pain, and all the joint pains as well. And when Dr. Putuka was talking about the case study, she mentioned body weight. So body weight adds into it. Can you imagine an obese person that suffers from arthritis? What happens? The weight weighs on heavy, therefore it makes it makes your body aches, you know. So obviously we need to look into the body weight. Our aim here is to make it a point that one do some weight. You lose some weight, you know. I don't want to say it in a harsh way, but it is very vital for one to get very fit, get very physical, so that we may reduce the weight from the body, so that the body can have, the body can take the weight. And age as well. She had mentioned that the older you get, the more of these diseases actually one gets to suffer from. So the minute we're not getting younger, and our passion at Zealous is trying to equip the youth of eating right now rather than later, you know, so that they get into the habit of eating healthy. So age is another factor right there. And hereditary factors there. I mean, you grew up with your granny having arthritis, therefore your mom. And again, it goes back to when you are pregnant. I've mentioned that when you're pregnant, when you eat right, you know, you are the benefits there, it's for the baby. So we are eliminating this hereditary factor that can lead to, when you grow up and it becomes such a generational thing that one finds themselves in. Can I please have the next slide? So how to keep fit with our arthritis. We have a few of exercises. Walking, you know, with walking, you don't even have to have you don't even have to go to the streets. You can just go around your house, or you can go around the block, you know, or you can do a stationary walk. I grew up doing stationary walks at times, you know. I mean, I love the road. I would go running, but those days where probably it's raining, then I'll have to do what? Stationary walk inside the house, you know. Or if it stopped raining, then you go around the house. So it's easy. So I don't want anybody thinking that I need to join a gym again. No. Or I need a huge piece of land. No. You can just use what you've got, because it's not about where you're doing it. It's just you doing it. And if you have the pleasures of having a swimming pool, then this is a good time to start using the swimming pool, you know, a few laps. And what better way, because you are by yourself, you are at home, luxury of your home, you know. So that is it. So I'll name a few other exercises. If you have a membership at the gym, you can indulge in those classes. So there's Pilates, there is Tai Chi, there's yoga, and there is cycling. Cycling, it's called spinning at the gym, but you can have a stationary bicycle that you can invest in, you know, because you know that that's what you will be doing every day. And what can that do? It will help the kids to do it as well, you know. Or if you are able to afford, get into the hobby of cycling, you know, buy a bicycle, get bicycle for the kids as well. Go cycling. If you live in an estate, cycle around, you know. If you live in an amazing place where you can cycle. So that one, I like it, because the more you do exercises outside, I love those ones, because you get to see nature as well, you know. And hand exercise, you know, we grew up having those stress balls, you know. Go back, get those stress balls. It's nice that you will continue to just use them, you know. And strength training, it's actually more of stretching, you know, stretching with the intention of feeling the body, you know. When you lift up your leg, if you fold it like this and pull back, that's a stretch, you know. And you can use a ball, you can use body weight, you can use water bottles, as I've mentioned before. So strength training. And the one that I love the most, that does not need anybody paying anything, it's gardening, you know. And because we talk about healthy eating, I think one needs to start gardening, you know. Plant your spinach, plant your herbs, plant celery, plant, just start planting. And when you do your gardening, that's part of keeping, remember, you're holding the spade, you're holding the shovel, you're doing this and that. So that's a nice way of keeping fit, and you can do that all the time. And one that is not here, I would say, it's cleaning of the house, you know. Window cleaning, wall cleaning, you know, floor cleaning, sweeping outside, you know. When you sweep outside, growing up, we used to live in Hammanskraal. So we would sweep, you know, and we would want to check whose front yard is looking, and there'd be a pattern that we would be doing. So sweeping is there, and then when you turn, you change onto the other arm, and then you sweep. So household chores right there. Can I please have the other slide? So what are the benefits of exercise? You are maintaining your mobility. The aim here is for you not to just sit and not do nothing, you know. Patients there at the hospitals, I suggest you walk around, you know. The ward is big enough for you to walk around. Walk and get another patient on the other side and walk, you know. Go on another, I don't know if this is allowed, but go onto another floor, use the stairs, come down the stairs and walk up and down, you know. So you don't have to just sit, and it improves your strength and muscle toning, as I was saying, with the stretches. You can imagine what it does even onto the joints right there. And there we go again. It prevents weight gain. We saw the risk factors. It's when a person is overweight, obese, you know. So when you do these exercises, you get to prevent weight gain. And when you prevent weight gain and eat healthy, you know, definitely there'll be, that's a lifestyle modification right there, and you will look better, you know. Reduces stress. The reason why I say I like it when one goes outside is because you look at the nature. You know, I prefer walking and running outside. Then you know, the trees, the beautiful trees. I saw a picture of the beautiful street, and I called it the Jacaranda Street in Pretoria. It was purple. The trees still had the jacaranda flowers. How beautiful is that? Can you imagine just walking on that street? You know how healing that could be. So that will reduce stress. Instead of grabbing that cigarette or grabbing that bottle of beer, I suggest that let's try to change it. Go outside, you know, maybe put in some music and dance, you know. And another benefit, it lowers the risk of other conditions such as the cardiovascular disease. We heard Dr. Putuka on the case study that our widowed man had high chances of having a cardiovascular disease, you know. So it is very important to exercise. Yeah, can I have the other slide? So what is very important? What's very important is feeling comfortable. It's loosening up. Let the body be prepared for exercise. We need to have proper shoes, especially if you're going to be walking or running, you know. And I would rather you get a half a size bigger, because sometimes when you exercise, there's a bit of swelling of the toes and fingers and everything, you know. So when you get proper shoes, and comfortable clothing, a nice baggy t-shirt, a tight or loose tracksuit pants, very vital, because you don't want to exercise in tight fitting clothes, you know. And exercise mat, especially if you're going to be doing your stretches, you know. If you're going to be doing your stretches, very, very important, use an exercise mat. And remember, being just physically active is very important for the body. It's very, very important. For the mind, it's very, very important, you know. It will help you in many ways. And listen to your body. If it was done too much, you will definitely know that it was too much. And as you listen to your body, you know how to ease it up, you know how to get into it back again. And just be careful as a beginner, take it easy and use the right pace. And yeah, so that is that. Anybody wants to share anything? And let's try not to put a strain on our joints, remember, because now it's mainly for arthritis today.
I just want to say that I love the new pictures, the new slide format, the color pictures of the food. Love it. It really spices the show up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I thought, it's easier when we speak about these things and then the people can see, sometimes we just speak and they can't put they can't put words to pictures, but when you put it like that, it's easier for our viewers to see that, oh, this is what they're talking about. This is how it looks. I mean, I didn't know the devil claws. I mean, it's a weird herb indeed, but what amazing amazing things it does to the body,
Yes. Wow, that's amazing.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, shit. You switched your volume off, sweetie.
You are on mute, Sister Tilly.
There we go. There we
Okay.
go. There we go.
Of the Thongs, thank you so much. But of the fruit and some of the herbs that you displayed on your presentation there, I can't remember the name of the other one. I just like to know which ones are available here at home.
The reason why I've named them, the others are from, that's why I said those are superfoods. So you don't have to have all of them, So
I see.
So yes, others are like the Boswellia is from India and other, So it's remember, if somebody were to listen from somewhere else, everywhere around the world, at least they are aware that, oh, in my country, I've got this, Yeah.
Okay.
So with us, So with us here, we could use some cherry because we've got cherries,
Yeah.
And I think we need to do more of the drinking of the cherry juice for 21 days and
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Otherwise, they're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it definitely keeps your attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw a hand from Dr. Piduka.
It was just clapping off hands to say it was well presented. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and that is it then, Patrick. I tried to keep it very nice and short.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Thank you. It was wonderful. Everybody, good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
here
you
we
very
are.
much. And
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Patrick.
Bye.